You can push to end by 11:15. I think I need to run.
So I have an
that's the way.
overlay that would result in Devin being called Meg for today, which I'm cool with.
Ah, son of a bitch.
I think that's what the audience would.
Live. I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. So, okay, basically.
I hate when you go straight to live, Alex. I hate it. Are we literally live?
Well, do you know what happened, Meg?
No,
No.
This is he was doing a dry run. We're
No, we are live. We are live.
I know.
What happened, Meg, is you said...
are we in the music? Are we in the music?
No, we're actually live. We're actually live.
Live.
Okay, Meg. So, for context, you said, do you have an overlay for just you and Devin? And I started clicking around, forgetting that would change it, so everyone saw me, like, jumping around to, like, the fake overlays. And then a second later, I was like, uh-oh, people realize we're live. And then I was like, okay, so good morning.
Whoops, people realize...
Yeah.
Well, because for anyone who doesn't know, which I'm sure you know, but Alex and I stream together.
Do
and
we?
on our stream...
You guys stream together?
Only some... It may change.
Alex.
It may be ending. Whenever we do that, he'll warn me and tell me when we go live, which is just live on the platform, but with the countdown timer, and then actually live. And for some reason on Board Game Co, he's always like, we're on!
Well, so it's two things. First of all, we have a 2-minute timer here instead of a 5-minute timer. Also, I do try...
So you're saying you need a new timer?
I'm saying that, like, 5 minutes is so much time, and 2 minutes is just not enough time. But also...
You're giving me no minutes! You're not giving me 2 minutes! You're giving me no minutes!
I think, like, that you were so high-pitched, I don't think I heard any of that.
I do love that we still have, like, her, like, pitch range that she reaches is, like, her mic's like, I don't want to try. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna make an effort to parse what that was.
There's surely an animal in the background.
Anyways.
Surely this is feedback whine. It's not a human talking.
Today was a mistake, Meg. Today I apologize. I was just clicking around and I forgot that meant we went live. So sorry for that.
Today was...
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Weekly Live. I am Alex, this is Devin, and this is Meg, and the three of us are a bit crazy, in general, always. But with that said, we'll be doing our usual show, which we will be talking about the games we played. We'll be talking about our game show. We're going to have a fun game show today to get you up and running. No pictures today. We have a new format because I like playing with new formats. And then lastly and finally, Meg, you're going to knock over your coffee again. You're going to knock something over.
There's no coffee. There's nothing. There's just calcifer. I was going to say, Devin, shout out. Office looks great. Look at Devin's new set, everybody.
And soon, those will be ceiling mounted, and the sound panels will be wall and ceiling mounted, and then, the new table will be set up. So a lot of this will get out of the way. Really, the main thing that will
Looks
still
good.
be here is that tripod with this camera. I don't really have a
I
solution
think
for
those
that.
two signs you have in the background, that Devin Talks Tabletop and Board Game Co., are looking sexy as anything.
Yeah.
Who made those for you?
Those are ones that I got off of
Custom?
Etsy. I got them off of Etsy. They're definitely not custom painted by Meg, but
Did you do LED lights behind your calyxes?
no, I didn't because I have two of that light and the one that doesn't have a stand yet so these are just regular white light, and then these ones here are actually like RGB LED
I see.
newer lights, and like whenever Daniel put those on, it really kind of gave enough of a glow that I don't need those.
I want to make it like a nightclub.
I mean, honestly, like, because I haven't gone through the gamma cards yet, the thing that I need to do is I need to reach out to Launch Tabletop and see which one of those like art plates I want to be in the background.
Ooh, mine is showing up tomorrow, I think.
Ooh, what'd you pick?
Dang.
I got the Andrew Bosley ones, of course.
How many were there?
3 of them.
I don't. Were those all on display?
All 3 Andrew Bosleys were on display.
Maybe.
We're going to talk about it.
We're
Alright,
going
well,
to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
As previously discussed, when we may or may not have been live, because I have no concept of that, I'm going to go make my coffee really quickly.
Go ahead and make your coffee. In the meantime, I'll get things up and running.
Chair.
So,
Yeah,
Meg did warn me that
chair.
coffee was going to be happening, and we believe in
chair.
coughing. So, coffee, not coughing. But past that, we are going to go ahead shortly as soon as Meg gets back.
Talking was a pretty good Pokemon, like, especially like you know.
As soon as Meg gets back, we're going to continue with the weekly live. Also, Meg might be leaving a bit early, so we have an 11:15 cutoff on Meg, which means she'll be here for the game of the week. She'll be here for the talk show, and she may or the game show, not talk show, and she may or may not be here for the topic of the week. And the topic of the week, if you saw it in the thumbnail, is why do you keep buying stuff when you haven't played what you already have? Specifically around things you actually like. That same thing. I mean, not why do you buy a new game when you have old games. Rather, why do you buy 4 new expansions when you already have 2 unplayed expansions? That kind of situation. That will be our topic of the week, of which none of us, of the 3 of us on the call, are guilty of in the slightest. But with that, we will very shortly. Meg's got coffee.
Never done it.
We have coffee.
And so,
I think get coffee.
Can I tell them, Alex?
Please tell them.
Why I'm leaving early?
Yes, tell everyone why you're leaving early, Meg. Please do.
Guys, I am flying down to the Dice Tower today. I'll be spending the rest of the week down there, joining in on their live stream. So anyone who's tuning in, I have no idea what I'm playing or when, but I will be there. It'd be really funny if I end up getting like sick down there
Meg?
and can't be on any of the street. Yes.
That was part of the NDA.
Devin! Stop! I'm gonna die.
It's Devin. So I made that joke last night on stream where she's like, She's like, I'm excited to talk. Well, she said, I'm always so nervous to talk about things. I'm never sure what's secret. I'm like, yeah, but if it's under NDA, you just talk about it all the time. Anyways.
I don't like that joke.
No, we're both your friends and we support you.
Also, you can totally go to the laundry room.
Anyways, with that, Devin, we're going to go... Oh, so yeah, before we go into with that. So everyone, make sure to stay tuned over to the Dice Tower. Dice Tower's going to have a 36-hour live stream. Technically, it's a 30-hour live stream and a 6-hour follow-up in some way. I don't know.
I did steal your joke, George. That was my bad.
But that said... at least this one you told it right. Anyways, so with that... Make sure to subscribe to the Dice Tower. But we're going to go ahead and start off with our topic of the week. And Devin, you ready to go first with your topic? With your... Not topic, with your game?
One sec. Is that better?
We're going to have Devin going with his...
Oh, yeah, just one. So I got to play this last week for the very first time.
It was the first time?
That was the first time I'd ever played it. No, I had a delightful time. Oh, shut up.
How many times did you give...
Played it?
How many times did you give no effing clue as your answer?
First off, me not knowing that removed cards.
Oh, I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to the general fact that you had no effing clue.
I think I did it twice.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you're amazing. You got Truffle Pig in no time at all.
That was pretty cool.
No. I
am not doing
it. Yeah, no. So I had never played this game before. I learned it this last week. I played with Alex and Meg and my Discord Camp Co-op crew, and I had a delightful time. It was wonderful. I really liked it. I would be interested to see. It plays really smoothly on BGA, but I do think it would be a fun one in person to have. Are those like dry erase little like triangle things? Yep. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'd love to play this in person sometime with a good group. I had a good time online. Probably will play it again here soon, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So now I know why you guys like it, because now I like it.
Yeah, I played it for the first time at Dice Tower West, and it was also a very good time.
Yeah.
So you played it time. Like,
I'm afraid to say anything.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say what I played at Dice Tower West. Is it under NDA?
That makes sense. Yeah, it is.
All my screens may have just
Alex's face was so serious.
No,
What is going on?
It's because he's trying to fix something. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
I just
something
saw
happened.
that. I just saw that. Yeah.
Don't even have to stream yet. But anyway, my monitor sometimes mess up while we're doing. There we go. It's reconnecting now. Everything's back. It's coming back. Just give it a second. There we go. My monitors will like blink on and off in a way that is really obnoxious. And there we go. Cool.
You keep cutting out for me a little bit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Effectively, I have all my inputs connected through like a USB, and like sometimes my monitor's like, we're gonna forget that USB exists for a second, and then everything just disconnects and reconnects for a second. I should be back. No, I'm very quiet now. 1 second.
Alexa silent. I mean, that's okay.
Hey,
hello. We're back. We're back.
Henry's in chat. Hey,
Henry
Henry. All 3 of us got to play Cosmoctopus together at Gamma, and we had a delightful time.
Do we want to talk about it? Go ahead, guys. Tell Henry how you did in Cosmoctopus.
We can't. We signed an NDA.
Devin and I built fantastic engines playing Cosmoctopus, and then Meg proceeded to win. That's how it worked. We had very cool engines, though.
She
You guys
focused
had a lot
on
on the
winning
table.
the game. I feel like we were ramping up. Now I know how Alex feels in Dune Imperium when he loses every time, because that's how I played Cosmoctopus with him. So
I've beaten your butt in Dune Imperium like nearly every time we played.
nearly every
directly to
time
Henry.
you've beaten me one time, you punk.
We played it like twice, 3 times.
We played it 4 times.
So of the 4 times we played, Travis won twice, you won once, and I won once.
Shut up.
But
Anyways, with that said,
You
just
have to just say Meg 1-0. Like,
I didn't
we
say you
didn't
played.
say that. We didn't say you played.
You just
You
announced that
outed
to everyone
yourself.
else.
He politely withheld
anyway,
information.
Henry, I'll have you know that I think either turn 1 or 2, I had 2 tentacles.
Yeah, no, Meg stomped
it
us
was
in
turn-
Cosmoctopus.
It was turn 2, you had 2. It was turn 4, you had 4.
Yeah.
Because you got
I
like
didn't really
1
know.
and you finished Constellation or whatever. Alex and I,
I
like,
only
in
ever
turn...
did 2 constellations. Everything else was double tentacles.
I
We
think
finished
by
the
the
game, and
time
Devin and I
you
were like,
had
we learned how
6.
to ride a bike, and Meg's like, the race is over.
And I was like, check out my rocket ship.
I think by the time Meg had 5 or 6, Alex and I were like, we have an octopus!
It got to the point that in the game, Devin and I weren't even competing with Meg, which one of us will have fewer points?
Second place.
It is my favorite when you don't see it coming, because it wasn't until like halfway through the game, and then Alex was like, wait a second. What are all those tentacles?
Yep. But anyways, Just One is a fantastic game. That's the overall pointer, and Cosmoctopus. Which one of us should have picked Cosmoctopus. Too late now.
Alex, what's your game?
My game of the week is going to be Conquest Princess Fashion is Power! This is a game from Sepiyun and Fight in a Box. Conquest Princess is a bizarre theme of a game in which you're all like Sailor Moon / spaceship. You're all flying on the Tiara, which stands for the Temporal Intergalactic Armed Response Agency. Yes, it's set up on my table right now. This one over here is basically this one is. Where are we? Conquest Princess Fashion is Power is a cooperative experience in which you're going to be controlling 4 characters who are slowly powering up through fashion accessories that are going to give them all the perks and upgrades that they need while they try to survive an onslaught of horrifically bad things. And the key aspect is you are trying to survive an onslaught of horrifically bad things. This is a hard game to play. This is like the first mission is described as like it's like thinky but like a little challenging. I haven't seen it won yet, and the designer just told me that he's only won it once out of the last 3 times he played. So a little challenging, might have to be adjusted, but I love it because it feels close every single time you play it. And the basic idea of the game is you're trying to operate, you're moving around a spaceship and different various modules that you're playing in, and all of the modules, it's an action economy game. You're trying to manage your actions while slowly powering up, which you'll need to power up because the game is getting meaner and meaner as it goes, adding more and more bad tokens to the bag, because lots of times you're going to be doing a degree of bag building as you draw different tokens in the bag and shoot different spots on the board. And the game is very modular in its approach, so different missions will have you using different modules, and the combination of those modules will produce different challenges every single time. So you have the Mechapede, which is slowly moving down to Earth. You have the alien invasion tokens. You have your actual ship that's being overworn. And so every game has a combination of modules that is going to give you a slightly different challenge in terms of how you approach it, with also potentially slightly different cards or things like that. Meanwhile, you're powering up your characters, you're leveling up, you're having epic magical girl transformations, while having your very pet buddies and all that stuff. All those things are just, it's a delightfully mean experience. It gives me strong vibes of The Loop from Pandasaurus Games, while being much more thematic in terms of what it does. But I'm really enjoying this one. This one's going to be launching soon. I'll have a gameplay on my channel, and I'll have a gameplay and first impressions. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy Conquest Princess Fashion is Power, and both of you have played it, I believe.
Yes. Well, I mean, I watched you play all the characters.
Oh,
and
shut
I
up.
sat-
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, no, I think I was very warmly welcomed by Alex and Seppi and Kirk from Thunderworks Games because I came in late and they still let me kind of take over a character and play. So I had a really good time with it. There we go. There's the alarm that I was going to wake up at because I don't know what EST means apparently. But yeah, I know I had a good time with it. It is a color bomb on your eyes. It is so colorful. It's insane.
Oh, we're traveling. We're traveling.
Oh, you have it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just filmed the playthrough last night.
nice. Yeah, no. I haven't met Peter, but Seppi is an absolutely delightful human. Adore. George, shut up about EST. No one cares about daylight savings time, okay? It's just Eastern and Central, okay? The fact that I slipped up and said S. Go home, George. Go home. Alex, that looks great, by the
because you're
way.
probably not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, that was... I dropped my phone and it hit F12, which is the key repository.
info.
It's the code stuff on your computer. So it's like, hey, you can look at the code of BGG, kind of. It's not that.
Yeah, no,
You
so
hit
Conquest
F12
Princess
on your phone?
is
F12, I dropped my phone, which hit F12 on my keyboard. This
On
is a
your
chaos
phone?
stream. No, my phone, I dropped it, and it hit F12 on my keyboard.
I'm older now.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I don't have F keys on my phone.
Alex started hacking Ninja Turtles.
It does look like it. It looks like all like, Alex revealed the code of his computer. No.
What do you wonder if some of the old like hacking movies, like Swordfish and stuff, if any of them just like used the F12 box?
Oh, that'd be amazing. See, my favorite thing to do, if I can find it here, is you gotta go here, inspect. No, where's the code for this? Oh my gosh, Conquest Princess. There we
Or are you
go.
just talking about where you change the name of stuff?
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun because you can go into here, and you make it a larger screen. But you can like, if I find the stuff in here, no, it's not letting me do it right now.
You gotta
I have
go
to find it.
further up.
But then like you can make
There
a
you go.
page look like it says like, "Hey, Devin is the worst," and they can have that the name of the game. But yeah,
I love that we do this on stream.
we're chaos. We're chaos. Anyways, Meg, it's time for your game because I've done my talking. What's your turn?
Sure. What is
That's it.
We'll switch to Meg's game.
She can't talk about it. She signed an NDA, and we're done.
This is like, it's like when you're here to like present for class for your project, but you've been talking to your friends in the back the whole time, and you're like, oh yeah, the answer is 27.
Yeah.
That's where Paris is.
Mm-hmm.
My game is, I don't know the full name of it. That's why I got paused.
It's
Lord of
loaded.
the Rings, the adventure book game.
No, the.
What?
There's no second the.
I was about to correct her too.
We're such jerks. We're such jerks.
It was at that moment she was like, I wonder how many times the Dice Tower people are going to interrupt you. Like, probably not that often. Like, they're probably going to be really courteous and like...
I believe the way Tom put it is to be specifically gave instructions to Camilla to interrupt them because they're going to interrupt her.
I want to bring you guys with me. The Lord of the Rings, the oh my god. The Lord of the Rings adventure book game.
It's
a
okay.
charming
1 second.
little-
Well, you keep talking. I'll do a thing.
Empty chair stream. Meg, why are you upset? One half of the stuff that interrupts you is gone. Just enjoy
Oh, I
your
actually had to leave at 10:15. Oops. I gotta go.
Bye, guys.
No, so this game is very simple. This is one that I would relate to something like Robin Hood for me, where it's very, very simple components-wise. It is an actual storybook that you're playing through, which is really fun. It's like a hardcover kind of like almost like a children's book. And you're playing cards. The card play is very, very simple that you're usually just discarding for actions or requiring certain symbols. It's not complex at all. It's more figuring out the puzzle of how to get through the different missions that you need to do throughout each chapter. But I flippin' love games that are like an 8-story arc. So this was 8 stories. I played all of it within 24 hours, finished it, done, get it out of here, out of my brain. So this one was like a perfect little snapshot for that if you like games that are either one at a time and quicker to play with even children and stuff like that, or just something that you want to play through an entire story, like reading a book, playing a board game, and playing through the whole story like very, very quickly. I really love experiences like that in games, and I had a really good time with this one.
I'm just saying, I know it's a matter of, like, you know, depth perception in the photo. I just don't think that that circular door is big enough for that circular hole.
Oh,
You know, Devin, that's what
gotcha.
she said.
I heard it, and I was like, Dice
I
Tower.
was like,
circular door is big enough for the circular.
Swebme, you can definitely solo the game, and Buddy, Dice Tower trashing it. So my opinion of the game, I haven't watched the Dice Tower review, I don't know what they said, but my opinion of the game is it's definitely very light. To me, this is a one-time play. You go through it, you have fun, you experience the adventure, and you move on. It is light. But I had fun going through it. You know, we played through like the entire 8-episode arc in like 2 days, which is not bad. It's compelling enough as an experience while also being light. Like, I was both happy to play and finish it and also happy to move on to the next game and never touch it again. Both those things are true. Like, I'd give it a 3.5. The way I put it, I actually already reviewed this, is, it's not, my review's not up yet, but the way I put it is...
You can't talk about it, it's not up yet.
While playing it, it was a 3.5. And now it's probably like a 3 or 2.5. Meaning, once I'm done, I don't want to go back to it. But going through it, I did want to keep playing it.
And something that I didn't ask that I usually like asking with things like this that are experiences, do you know the price point, Alex?
I think it's like 35.
You might be able to scroll down on BGG right now and just see it, like the Amazon.
That's honestly, Alex, how you framed that is probably like how Meg would frame her friendship with us. Like that first time she
While she was in it, she was decent.
But now
once she was
like
done, she's like,
5, maybe.
Would prefer not to play again.
Yeah.
Something just broke in my kitchen. I'll be right back.
That's sad. But here, I have this box over here, which is what I went to grab, which this box is called Phantom Epoch. Do you know how hard it is?
That?
What?
How does she know something just broke?
She heard it.
With the headphones in?
I assume so.
Thank you for telling me the organ that you...
I'm like, I understand your question. It's not psychic telekinesis. It's clearly noise.
I just feel like that's such a... through a headset to hear in
No, I recognize your challenge.
For sure that something is broken.
But what's the alternative?
No, I get that there isn't an alternative. I'm just impressed.
Oh, okay, fine. Cool. This game is called Phantom Epoch, and it is so hard when you're talking about it to not say the Phantom Epoch. Just because
was that the whole reason you brought that was because of her with the
Phantom
adventure book game?
Yeah, it's very hard to not say when you're talking about this game. Really, like, try to tell me how you played the game.
Also, is the E and the H like even visible? Really,
they're weird. They're like a little fancy. They're like the E has no front line and the H has like missing lines. How did you see that?
With my ears, idiot.
Anyways, that's the situation. Meg is psychic, Alec is the hacker. What is Devin's role? Oh, he's the comic relief.
He's the dumbass. Devin's the dumbass.
Yeah, but it's very hard. We're talking about, you're like, I played Phantom Epoch. No, I played the Phantom Epoch. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move to the live show. We're gonna move to the game show, which means Meg is probably gonna lose because she's not here. That's unfortunate. Meg's gonna get 0 points. We're gonna wait for Meg.
I'm good with we're not. We're just gonna get 0 points.
No,
Devin
she's been gone.
Streak.
Meg, is everything okay?
I'd won every stream, right?
Yes, you've won every stream. Is everything okay?
What a fucking day.
What's happened? What happened?
So something broke in my kitchen.
How did you know that?
I thought that she said, I've won every stream, right? About the games. I thought she was gaslighting me.
She was.
And then I was like, why are we talking about, like, why is she upset? Why is she cursing?
Oh, I said it's been a fucking day that I'm allowed one. Oh, that was 2. Sorry.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, something broke in my kitchen, but I don't know if I should go. I may.
What broke?
What's up?
I wanted you guys to ask again how I knew, because I had my headphones in the whole time, and I heard you guys saying about it, and I just wanted to be like, I just kind of got this sense that, like, I noticed something was wrong. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I asked.
feel it in the air a little bit, and then I kind of got this twinge, and
Mercury's
I
in
just knew
retrograde.
something happened. No, my boy cat. Okay, so guys,
hard
I feed
tangent.
one of my cats. I feed one of my cats on a counter because my boy will take food from her, and it's just easier to protect her if she's up on the counter. Fed her. She's been having issues. Didn't finish her food this morning. So I have one of those covers that you put like in the microwave to cover food, and I covered her food so that he wouldn't eat it. Well, he proceeded to shove the entire thing right off the counter and break the plate and smash it all over the ground right now. So I started picking it up, but there's glass all over my floor right now in my kitchen. And then when I went to walk away, I was like, I think I did enough. Like, I'll go quickly pop in with you guys.
Do you need a 5-minute break? We can take a 5-minute break.
Well, the issue is that there's wet pet food mixed with glass, and the cat keeps going back to eat it now.
I know. Do you need a break?
I just locked him in the game room.
Okay, what do you want to do? We're not going to force you to continue playing. So what would you like to do?
Situation, but Alex has asked a question that hasn't received an answer like 4 times.
Okay, so like I think everything's fine if we do the game quick, but then I might go because I have to pick this up before I go fly, and I'm like kind of freaking out now.
Totally fine. Are you sure you're comfortable with the game?
We can take a 5-minute break, Meg.
We can.
Do you want to get your ass kicked really quickly?
What if all 3 of us?
I just feel if you're playing the entire game,
5 minutes.
Oh, that would be
all
fun.
of us empty chair stream for 5 minutes. Let's do it. I'm gonna go get tea and a bagel. Let's go do it. Everybody.
Wait, no. Let Meg choose. Let Meg choose.
I'm fine. We're fine. I would rather do the game quicker and then leave if you don't mind if I leave.
I'm totally fine with you leaving. Totally fine with it. The Dice Tower people who don't interrupt you, blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
Devin's like, you guys woke me up just in time for this. I thought I was going to get a poop break. I was just about to take a shit. I'm so sorry about this stream.
Just for the record, when you go on Dice Tower, I'm pretty sure they have firmer rules than I do about swearing. It's going to be the dirtiest Dice Tower stream ever. We're going to go ahead and have a conversation here.
Oh my god, they're going to invite me.
Yeah, this is the weekly game show. We're going to dive into the weekly game show. Welcome to the Chaos F1. This is how it works over here on the Weekly Live. Hope you're enjoying it. And in the meantime, we have a format. The format of this week, Devin and Meg, is you may have seen this on things in the past. I've seen this on TV, but basically the idea is I'm going to name a category of some sort. It might be a designer, it might be an artist, it might be anything, whatever it is within the board game space. The category is completely up to me. I'm going to name that category. Oh, I need to open up my timer. Then, what's going to happen next after that is you guys, and we're going to take turns alternating who goes first. But let's say it's Meg's turn first. Meg will say, let's say Devin, give me any category. Give me a mechanic, designer, company, or anything.
Card drafting.
Card drafting. Great. I'm going to say, Meg, how many drafting games do you think you can name in 30 seconds?
17.
Great. Now then when Meg says her number, whatever that number is, Devin, you have a choice. You can up that number, or you can say, go for it. And then whoever actually goes for it, either they achieve it, and they get the point, or the other person gets the point if they do not achieve it.
So this is like, what's that game that I played at Gamma? Was it Skull? What's the one where you have to like guess how many skulls or flowers there are? Like how many flowers you think you could flip over?
I've never played that one.
I think it's Skull.
Oh, Skull. Yes, of course I played it. Okay. I will be counting down the last 5 seconds of the timer. The first 30 seconds are once we go. The only time only starts once the person says, okay, go for it. And I'll be like, and start. And you have to name that many things, okay? So, we're going to go ahead, and we are going to go ahead and start this off. And are you both ready? And we're going to start with Meg's turn first. Okay, so Meg's going to be the starting of the bid. And we're going to start it.
Can I just preface, I don't think I'm going to like this game even.
At any point...
Does that change from week to week when Alex makes games for you?
No.
I just thought you statically don't like Alex's game.
That's my assumption as well. And Meg, you're welcome to do the rules of the. You're welcome to host the game anytime you want.
Devin for 500.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Starting off with the first category, Meg, and again the timer only starts once the person says challenge. But Meg, the category is how many Roxley games can you name in 30 seconds? You can't take forever to think about it.
1.
2.
And
or,
do
no,
we jump? Do we keep
You can keep going back and forth until one person says challenge.
I don't want to say 2. I'm going to say 4.
Do it.
Devin, go.
Dice Throne, Santorini, Steampunk Rally Fusion. What's the Awkward Moments? No, that's not the name of that one. And Brass Birmingham.
That would be 4 Roxley games in 16 seconds. Okay, 1 point for Devin.
I wanted to help Devin. Can't Devin and I be on the same team and have this be something else?
No, it's not how this works. If you want...
The day that Meg fully loves the game that Alex makes, I will shit a brick.
This stream is so...
Devin, be careful of the promises you make.
I'd have to send you guys. I might have to.
The next category,
or
Devin, your bid first. The next category is how many Uwe Rosenberg games can you name in 30 seconds?
3.
Meg's entire game is me saying go.
Here, do it, Devin.
Devin, go.
Agricola, Caverna, Newsford.
That would be 3 Rosenberg games in 11 seconds. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Meg, do we want to change the game? Do you want to be host instead?
This is so fun. No, let's keep going. Sure.
No. Would you rather be the host? You can just name the categories to me and Devin.
I love the tone. Oh, it makes me so happy. Sure, I love this, Alex.
Well, okay.
I won't kill you.
We're gonna give 3 options. We're gonna give 3 options here, Meg. You can continue playing. You can go clean up the cat food, or you can be the host.
I can try to play. Are you like, oh, she sucks? Do we want to get her out? What's going on?
Well, your impression seems to be that you're like, just go.
Not every game is going to be a 5, okay?
I respect that. And sometimes when a game is not good enough, you quit in the middle.
Are you having a Mansions of Madness moment? That's what I...
Alright. We're gonna go... That's the question. We're gonna go with the next one.
Alex, just do 37 damage to the boss, please.
We're doing the next one. The next one is going to be... Meg.
Anyone wants to know what Alex looks like at the bar. It's what I look like right now.
And I like to leave! And I like to leave! We recognize this, Meg! Meg simultaneously, am I trying to quit? I look like I'm not having fun. Both things at the same time. Meg, do you realize how easy it would be to you?
No, you were already doing the next category.
Okay. Trying to give you the out. I'm trying. This is on record. I'm trying to give you the out. Meg, how many area control games do you think you can name in the next 30 seconds?
Five.
Also, fun fact while I'm on the conversation, just like Skull, this can be a bluffing game. You can just keep you can keep escalating the number even if you don't actually have the answer, hoping that Devin gets pushed into saying something he can't do. Anyways,
I'll
Devin.
say 6.
Okay, Meg.
6 is good. Let's hear what Devin is.
Devin, go ahead. Go.
Kemet, Blood and Sand, Inish, Blood Rage, Forbidden Stars, Ankh, Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium, that's going to be 6 games in 12 seconds. Okay. Devin, how many games illustrated by Andrew Bosley can you name in the next 30 seconds?
3.
I think I also only have 3. I know there's another one, but I can't remember the name of it. The old one.
Well, you can either say go for it to Devin, or you can up the number.
Go for it, Devin.
What?
I only have 3! What can you do?
But do you want to switch up? Do you want to be the person giving the categories? This is not... I can't imagine this is fun for you.
I don't care.
Can you please be the person giving the categories?
Sure.
Okay. And you can just come up with on the spot. Any designer, company, whatever it is, we'll go back and forth.
I mean, can I get the Andrew Bosley one so I can start up a leg on Alex?
Sure.
Wait, what?
That's bullshit. Siege Runadar, Everdell, and Tapestry.
Okay, cool. That's done.
Alex, Jonathan says Alex just wants to school Devin. Alex, this is Alex's game. Alex would destroy me at this game. He just knows that many more.
No, it's just categories. Well, again, part of it is bluffing. You want to push the person to giving a number they're confident, even if they're not. Like, I mean, if you're not sure. But yeah. All right, Meg, you want to go ahead and do...
I thought that Devin was naming games.
He did. He named
naming the Bosley.
He already did.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we doing?
You're just picking any category, whether a mechanic, whether a designer.
30 seconds, though?
30
no, that
seconds.
was the part I didn't... Devin's laughing at me, but I didn't know the...
No, Mom and Dad are just having a day-to-day, and little baby Devin is just loving this.
Okay. This is so much fun. Name, how many games can you name with 14 consonants in the title?
14 consonants.
Whose bid is it? It's currently my bid.
Like, exactly 14 consonants?
That's what I'm saying. Isn't this game bullshit?
Thank you so much.
Do we want to just quit the game altogether?
No. Okay. How about...
should probably quit the game altogether. We should
Uh,
probably quit.
how many games can you name that use gems as a component?
I'm going to start the bid with 4.
Gems as a component. I think that's a bluff. Go for it.
Okay, timer
I
started.
also can't remember.
Unicorns in the clouds.
Okay.
Unicorns in the clouds. You're doing the timer? Okay. Unicorns in the clouds. I don't actually have any of these in my head at all. We have gems as a component. Oh, Century Golem Edition, Century Spice Road, and don't you?
Son of a gun.
1 second. Gems. What game has gems? Holy hell, this is actually harder. Hard. I think I run out
What
of time.
time
here.
are we at? What time are we at?
7 seconds?
7 seconds. Jeez. Gems. I got
Sorry,
nothing.
time's up.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Okay, cool. Devin gets the point.
Yeah.
Splendor gems. Interesting. I wonder about that.
Did they have little? I thought you were talking about the physical components. Doesn't Splendor just have like the discs?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can debate it.
Yeah,
I was thinking
guess
gems
so.
like the ones for like Ascension and Ishtar and
Those games.
I was thinking
those
of
would have
like
been helpful.
Wonderland's
Letter.
War.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
Okay.
Gems.
Next category.
Okay, next category. How many games?
Okay, can we please stop the game?
name?
Can we please stop the game? No. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next cat. Meg, the level of disinterest you have in every single aspect of this.
Okay. I was literally trying to think of a category.
I am not misreading the room here.
Facial expression plus tone. Oh.
Let's move on to the topic of the week. By the way, my favorite questions that I had in this category were at one point I was going to say, for each of you, I was going to say, name how many titles from your own top 10 can you name? For both of you. I was curious whether you can hit those numbers. But anyways, moving on to the topic of the week, apparently. The topic of the week is going to be, what's it called? Topic of the week was buying things that you, buying games that you, what's it called? Sorry, I'm just going to reset here. Give me a second. Moving on to the topic of the week. The topic of the week this time is, why do you buy or not buy games or expansions that you already have too much of that exact thing? So, for example, I'm scared and need an adult. So, for example, in my case, a good example would be Marvel Champions LCG. I consistently buy new packs for the LCG, even though I'm ridiculously behind on actually experiencing and playing it. For every 3 packs I buy, I play it once right now, and I have so much unplayed content that I just don't need more. But I keep getting more. That would be an example of something I do. But anytime there's an expansion, whether it's a new expansion pops up on Kickstarter and you haven't played the base game, whether it's a new expansion pops up on Kickstarter and you haven't played the first 2 expansions, whether it's some sort of continuous content like an LCG. So the conversation today is, do you get that stuff? And then why do you or not get that stuff? And Devin, what are you looking around at?
I was trying to find the ones that for sure I do it on. I think, even though I feel like percentage-wise, you and I have actually played a decent amount of Marvel United. I did get the season 3 of that before I finished playing all of season 1 and 2. So Marvel United.
So that's a good
is one
question.
for sure.
Let's start with that. So why? Because I have my own answer for Marvel United, but I'm curious what yours is. Why do you continue? Why did you buy it back Multiverse?
I backed Multiverse not because of like the volume of new content, but what the new content provided. So the equipment is something that is retroactive across all 3 seasons, and that's something that I'll probably want to play with all the time. So I wanted to get the equipment, and then there's I think there's an extra mode that I'm not thinking of.
There's the campaign mode where you can kind of shuffle together. It gives you your own arcs using specific characters, kind of things we did thematically, but they did it as well.
Yeah, so I definitely was wanting to get the different ways to play the game with the equipment, and then also the campaign, and then so that was kind of like if they had just come out with the retroactive content. Sometimes, like when a new campaign comes out and it's like expansion stuff plus an update, sometimes I just care about the update. Like for Oathsworn, I was happy that they did a reprint, but they also did an update, so I got the update pack. And like for Chronicles of Drunagor, I was honestly more interested in the update pack for the campaign than for the Apocalypse content. So I got the Apocalypse content, but I'm happy about the update campaign as well.
Yeah, so for me, for multiverse for me is a specific case, because I think everything's going to be a little different. There's going to be times where I think I should, times where I think I shouldn't, and I think in all cases I usually do. But in the case of multiverse to me is a plug-and-play content. So in addition to the extra things you mentioned, for me, I play through enough Marvel United that even though I haven't played through all of it, the content is very plug-and-play. It's not really procedural. It's not that I have to finish X-Men or regular. It's more that I will play and add in different elements of the stuff, of the content, just by having it all. So I will benefit and use all the additional content, so I don't mind that. I certainly don't need it though, and a strong argument can be made towards not needing it, because there will be, like I saw someone in chat mention they wanted specific characters, and that's going to be a factor of why somebody gets something like, more Marvel United content, versus the reverse argument can be made as well, just that at a certain point you just don't need more. You'll always have unique games and you don't need more, and I think that many people should potentially consider not getting it, but I do use it, and so unlike some, because there are some things today that I shouldn't be getting, but I do. In the case of Marvel United, at least I will use and benefit from the new stuff, so I don't really have any mental guilt. Meg, is there anything you have in this category?
Not really. I'm not even someone that when I get interested in a game, I don't buy expansions when I'm buying all of it right away. That I definitely have a problem buying too many, but I don't have any games that I have too much content for that I am not playing the game, I don't think.
Meg, did you purchase... I'm thinking of 2 games. I know not currently, but I'm trying to think of 2 games that... Sentinels of the Multiverse, I know that one already. But I know you have the big version.
She got the Oblivion version, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got the big version all at once.
I got the big... So I started playing Sentinels in 2011.
Okay.
So everything new that came, I had already played the previous, often. That I was playing it all throughout. And then, when I got the big box, that was finally, because I have 6 boxes to fit this all in.
And then what was that? You've talked about it before.
Crossmaster Quest?
Crossmaster
Quest.
Maybe it's this one that is
miniatures, cute little painted miniatures.
Yep. Did you collect that one in bulk?
I would say I definitely was buying a lot of it when I was playing it, but it's when I was playing it. It's almost like someone playing Magic, where you're actively playing, so you're buying packs. So it was never a point where I was buying it just to have it sit or not play with it. I was buying it because I was I want to play with this guy. I'm gonna go buy him now because I want to play and use him. Yeah. So I can't think of anything that I bought without playing the game, without being actively in the game at the time.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really rack my brain to think that I have extra junk of that I don't even use is dice. I have more dice than I just keep.
Well, let me ask you this, Meg. So right now, chat just got me. Oh, okay. So Meg, how often have you played Arkham Horror in the past 4 years?
I try to play it once a year.
Do you play it?
Yeah, I played it this past February and the October before that.
Because you just mentioned to me that you're still hunting down that one last expansion that you don't have, and you have 8 expansions for a game you play once a year.
No, there's 3. I have 3 expansions.
Then you're missing more than one expansion.
What's the expansion that you're trying to find?
I don't have any small box ones.
Oh, you don't have the small box guns, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the expansion you're trying to find?
Kingsport. If anyone has Kingsport Horror, I'm looking for it.
If anyone has Kingsport Horror for the Arkham Horror, or all the small box expansions, let's overload Meg with all the stuff. Second edition, yes.
Yeah, I would love a King in Yellow if anyone's got a King in Yellow for me, but I don't think that's...
Holy crap, 180, 250.
Yeah.
Yes, and the worst part, Devin, the worst part is once upon a time when I was running...
Buy it.
I know, trust me, there's a reason she doesn't already have it for me. If she's I wanted a $30 game, I don't care.
That's a little spicy.
Yeah.
Devon's.
So once upon a time, I had these expansions galore. When I was running Board Game Co., I had all these stuff left, right, and center. There were so many of them. But yeah.
For Arkham, I would never play it without an expansion. And I always had base Arkham in 2 expansions. I had Dunwich and Innsmouth, and those are secondary boards that you use, kind of like how we play Dune. That I would always use those. And then I only recently
maybe 2 or 3 years ago, got the Miskatonic University one, which adds like a bunch of cards and storage system for it. So like it's really not that much extra that I have. I
Gotcha.
would say Crossmaster is one that I've paid the most into.
When you
but
said you're only missing one, I thought you meant you had all. And the small expansions are like
Big
another
box.
3 or 4. And it's like for a game you play once a year, having like 7 expansions feels unnecessary. But
No, yeah, it's only 4 boxes, and one of them is like newish because I wanted it.
gotcha. For me, for another category, there's gonna be lots of categories there. So Marvinator one is one that example that I think is a good one that I'm.
I love you guys so much. I adore you.
Go ahead, you can leave.
But because I don't really have too much more to add to this, I may go because of the kitchen.
Go, take care of things. We're good.
Cleaned up.
Board Game Co. stream. Thank you everybody for watching. See you guys all next week. I will be back next week. I think I should be.
Do you know the times that you're going to be live tomorrow?
She does not.
No, no. For anyone that is part of our Camp Co-op Discord, George, feel free to put a link if you'd like, if that's fine with Alex. But I will be posting there when I go live. So I will let you guys know as soon as I get a schedule, if I get a schedule, or it may just be I jump in, I'm not sure. But right now I'm not sure when I'm playing. I assume I'll play late because I'll offer to play late for anyone that wants to go home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with that,
Bye,
Meg,
guys.
goodbye. We'll see you. Everyone stay tuned for Dice Tower at some point.
Hey, Meg,
Bye,
will you
have
text
fun.
me since I'm a bad person and I don't watch stuff anyways? Will you just text me
I will.
in the group?
Bye.
Yeah, bye. And now Devin is Meg because I didn't prepare for another stream, so another.
I'm
video
happy
thing.
to be Meg.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I want to be Meg.
Why is your camera's like? We gotta move this over. We're gonna have to move this over a bit. You're like off center. You're gonna correct it.
I can.
No, wait, I got it. I got it. No, you're gonna undo it. You're gonna undo it. I got it. I'm just centering you on the stream. It's all happening live. I just can't change the Meg live. Anyways, you're good. You're good. Yes, Board Game L. No, who said somebody? Somebody asked if I'm at Origins. I will be at Origins. But continuing on, so another category for me is going to be like I said already, Marvel Champions content, Marvel Champions expansions, LCG and stuff, and those are things I absolutely should not be getting, to the point that I am considering backing off from Marvel Champions, because right now it's a game system that I play it once every 3 months, and I get a pack every month, which just feels completely unnecessary, and unfortunately and illogically, I am very all or nothing. Like, if I stop buying those packs every month, I might get rid of the system, which is illogical. You should not do that. Do as I say, not as I do kind of conversation. Like, it's weird and it's bizarre, but I like owning all of a thing. I like being involved in the thing. And that's part of the conversation in general as to why I do it. I like owning all of a thing that I love. Like, I am terrified, genuinely terrified, that Kaman is going to start putting out Harry Potter United, and DC United, and Star Wars United, and all these universes, and I will probably buy them. I mean...
Not Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, I think, would be so adorable. I think it would be actually one of the best ones. Little Voldemort's in the center. There's not enough villains, but like you have a little, like they're running around the school. I think it could be arguably the cutest. And I'm not even a big Harry Potter person in general. I just think it works well.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I like owning all of the thing that I love, and so that makes it hard for me. Like, once I'm no longer owning that, there are times where a Kickstarter for a game, for instance, Dead Reckoning is a good conversation. Dead Reckoning, the Kickstarter popped up for the expansion, and I was like, I don't know if I need to pay $70 more for the expansion. And then I got rid of the base game. Once I get to a point where if I don't love the thing enough to get all the content for that thing, I usually think to myself, no, I'm going to keep the games that I love enough to buy all the content. Again, this is a very logical conversation.
So what you're saying is that you are very thankful that most games don't come out with expansion.
I think
if more games that you loved came out with expansion,
I think there are exceptions. So first, there have been a handful of times where I played an expansion and it wasn't for me and I got rid of it. I don't mind trying it and then not, meaning my thing is not about owning for the sake of owning. I'll try an expansion. If it doesn't enhance the experience, I'll get rid of it. But if they theoretically put out an expansion that enhances the experience, I would like to own that. And I guess I am thankful that not all games are on an LCG model, because I wouldn't keep up. But it's also, to a certain extent, how I feel about TV nowadays as well. There are very few TV shows that I actually properly watch. I now watch movies and episodic, I do those one-season arc TV shows. Most TV shows are good, but they're not good enough to keep watching. And if it's not good enough to keep watching, it's not good enough to watch at all. And that's often fair. The way I feel about board games, too.
I feel like I'm in this, weird space where typically, it has to be a very particular type of show that will, catch my interest. I absolutely adored the Wool, Shift, and Dust trilogy by Hugh Howey. and the show Silo is on Apple TV right now. And I tried to start watching it last night, and my brain was just like not able to stay with it. And so it was weird. It's normally like that's something that I'd eat up. But conversely, I just recently absolutely binged through The Diplomat on Netflix and adored it. And
I apologize,
really,
Devin. I gave
liked
Devin
it.
an opening talk because it wasn't board games. This is
Yeah,
my bad.
you screwed up, man. You screwed up. So, other books and movies and TV.
Diplomat I actually just started. I'm enjoying it so far.
I think once the second episode ended, I was like, I'm binging
Yeah, the
crap
first
out of it.
episode I was like, I'm gonna give it one more, and the second episode I was hooked. But hooked is a strong word. I really enjoy it, but it's the kind of thing that I'm gonna watch the first season, and then whether I go back for the second season, we'll see.
Like just the quick verbal exchange at the end of episode 2 with the helicopter, and I was like, oh, yep. I was like, yep.
I find I love the dynamic of their relationship. It's just so messed up and weird. Anyways,
it's crazy.
And unrelated, now that we're doing this, I will say that randomly, I decided to start watching Suits all of a sudden, which I had watched one episode of Suits.
I love Suits. Oh, I love Suits so much. I started to rewatch it recently, and I stopped at after season 1 or whatever.
So I watched one episode of Suits when it first started, and I was like, maybe I'll get back to this. And then now I was like, you know what? I never did. And I started it. It actually holds up. Like, I'm 4 seasons in. It's not bad.
It still holds up.
Like,
Question.
Yeah.
Have you been given like YouTube shorts of it? Is that what?
That's what happened. That's what happened.
I get so many Suits YouTube shorts. I'm like, this is such a good.
They kept on showing me. I knew the premise, and so the shorts kind of hooked me. I apologize for this non-tabletop related content.
Don't apologize. You're a human.
The shorts. I knew the premise of the show, so when I'd see the shorts, they hooked me in. And then I watched like the 7th short in a row, and the algorithm knows when you watch, and so like, oh, you like that? We'll give you more of it. We'll give you more. Yeah. And so eventually I was like, nope, we're just gonna go ahead and watch the whole thing. So now I'm 4 seasons into a show that I started 3 weeks ago, which is so rare for me. It's so rare for me to do that nowadays.
Dude, Suits is so good. I don't think I ever made it past 3 or 4 when I originally started watching. So I know I have a ton of content that I could watch through, and I just haven't done it yet. But it's oh man, dude. Yeah. Suits is an exceptionally solid show. I think it's like under-known or underappreciated. I think it's really good.
The one thing I will say about it, having watched 4 seasons in the past 3 weeks, is that they take their jobs way too seriously. The amount of yelling that they are doing at each other all the time, like they need to play a board game and relax. Seriously.
I mean, when you make millions,
but like that's the thing. So like their life seems to be all about having millions of dollars, but like they seem unhappy all the time. And I know it's for my entertainment, but they are unhappy people.
Louis Litt, man,
he's so amazing.
Donna, golly, what a good show! Now I know that you have done the same thing. I want to go back and keep watching it now.
All I'm saying is I'm 4 seasons in, and it does hold up. They've kept the arc going well. Back to board game related content. So, anyways, my point is, if I don't love a show enough, then if I don't love a board game enough, then I'm kind of not invested in it. And so, like, for me, I really do find that, to me, it is about that kind of love factor. Like, how much do I enjoy it versus the content they put out, and does it keep me engaged? Which is why Marvel Champions isn't this weird loophole for me, because most of the time, either it's pretty simple. I either don't love enough to keep getting expansions, in which case I'll get rid of the game too, or I do love it enough, and I want to own the expansion whether or not I play it. And sometimes I do. Back in Cthulhu That May Die, the new content for it, I play that game so much, I will go through it all. And other times, I have Master of Darkness I'm actually playing through now, but what's a good example of a game that I definitely am not? Skyrim. Skyrim's a good example right now. I really enjoy Skyrim from Modiphius. I don't need the expansions. I haven't come close to playing through enough, and I don't know when or how it's going to happen, but I still like the game enough. I want to even just own it. And once I cross that threshold where I don't care about it, I'm ready to move on, which is why Marvel Champions is this weird loophole for me, which I haven't figured out what to do, because I do love it, but I can't keep up.
Yeah, I do think that it is a matter of determining trying to discern which ones are the ones you're most likely to actually go through that content on. I think the heavier a game is, the harder it is to go through more. Like, I think that Cthulhu Death May Die is not a bad one, because, you swap out, and even Marvel United, and I think that's in the same category as Cthulhu Death May Die. I will say this, and I know that Simon gets a lot of hate, but I do think that if you play a CMON game enough, the expansion content is very easily added in.
Yep.
Like Cthulhu Death May Die and Marvel United, you can play whatever investigators and elder gods you want combined together. And Marvel United, you can play whatever heroes versus villains you want combined together. And so I do think that they at least allow you to where if you're going to get expansion bloat, you could quite easily incorporate it. Versus there are some games where when you get an expansion, it's like, oh, this is a lot. Like, this is a lot. Like, for example, do you have an expansion for Machina Arcana?
Yes. But that's actually, that's pretty easy to integrate, actually.
Oh, is it? I haven't played that game, but that just, like, to me, I'm trying to think, maybe that's not the right one.
Let me give you an
example. I would say, like, Black Rose Wars. Like, Black Rose Wars, the expansions for that.
That's actually, I think it actually is easy to integrate. I find the base game intimidating enough that I don't want to stretch out from it.
Sure.
It's also very plug and play, just moving in different
I'm maybe not trying to think about. I think when I said Black Rose Wars, you and I thought of the Seder box, and the Seder box is really a lot of extra stuff you can plug in. Maybe it would have made more sense to think more about like the Chrono expansion and stuff, like stuff that actually does shift how you play. Trying to think of ones that have like legit tough expansions.
Because Command is pretty good at integrating their content, but there are games where I just have more stuff than I will ever
Like I
need.
have 2 expansions for War of the Ring, and both of them would be harder probably to integrate than like just Marvel United hopping in a new hero or something.
Honestly, I think I have a pretty good collection as far as integrating my content pretty easily. I'm looking around here and like most of the stuff. Here's one. Okay, ready? Here you go. ISS Vanguard, Tainted Grail, Either Fields, when you are getting more campaign content for a game that's already 200 hours long.
Sure. The other one I was thinking of was like Chronicles of Drunagor,
same idea. Expansion. The expansion is going to, again, you'll have plenty of characters in the base game, and you're just getting more, like, if you're not playing the base game, why do you need the expansion? Those are the kinds of conversation where it's like, Storm Sunder, which had 3 arcs to it, and each arc is like 150 hours, and I'm like, I know I won't play through the first arc, but I will own all 3, thank you very much. Like, why? Why? It's completely unnecessary.
But I will own all 3, thank you very much.
I mean, it will be great. But again, it is different now because I am in a space where I can justify to drop more because I can say, oh, it's YouTube content, it's unboxing, it's all those things. And that is a justification, make no mistake. But practically speaking, I think that plug-and-play content, I'm much more forgiving on expansions. Non-plug-and-play content, I think I shouldn't be getting them, and I still will to an extent. But yeah. One Sharp Show, exactly. 12 new seasons of Alien Trespass. Why? No idea. It's all the FOMO.
What's
Blame
a
it on the
season?
FOMO. I mean, I don't know what he means by season. I just assume he means more content. It's again, it is story based, so you can't, like, 7th Continent is another example of this. Like, most people
I thought about, you'll be proud of me, Alex. I thought about backing Aeon Trespass Odyssey, and I was like, no, I want to play Oathsworn and Chronicles of Drunagor. And then the other thing that I did was I backed Guards of Atlantis 2 at just the bare bones entry level. I didn't get the hero packs. I just got the base game because you talked about it enough and other people talked about it enough. I was like, it seems like that base box has a lot of play in it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't need to go from 65 US bucks to like 280 US bucks based off of like, the hero boxes.
Oh, you just got the base box?
Mm-hmm.
The base box is only 6 heroes.
It looked like in the box, like it fit a lot more people. Can the base box?
I'm pretty sure the base box is 6
actually
heroes.
Comes in it?
I could be wrong, but I think it's so cheap for. It's basically the price point on that game is around 10 bucks a hero, and 6 heroes I think is pushing it as how little. I don't think you need to get all of it.
That I said what I said.
I'm sorry. I think that you don't need all the heroes. I think that game with 6 heroes, you're going to experience 4 of those 6 heroes in a single 4-player game, and a 4-player game is like the lowest count you should be playing it at. And so that means the amount of variability and crossover, and you're going to have a few games out of it before you start to see the combinations. I think 10 heroes is plenty, but I think 6 heroes is a little shy. Sorry, man. You shouldn't have said anything. Anyways, past that, that is basically it as far as expansion stuff and things, which means we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It has been a bit of a chaotic stream with a lot of things happening, but we will be back next Wednesday. I think we're back next Wednesday, right? I don't see a reason why not.
Yeah, I'll be here.
we'll be back next Wednesday with some more board game content and things. But in the meantime, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Devin.
You should have said your Meg. It's on the screen. It's
Oh,
right
son
there.
of a gun. I ruined my chance.
Yep.
I ruined my chance.
Everyone, enjoy your week, play your games, and we'll be back next week with another weekly live, hopefully a bit less chaotic.